Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. The Focus RS is still one of the hottest cars on the market right now. Despite its great performance out of the box, like always, there's definitely room for improvement. One area in particular is the factory exhaust system. The factory exhaust is so quiet, Ford feels the need to pump fake exhaust tone through the speakers to compensate for the sound. Well, I'm not a big fan of that here, and I'm sure you're not either. So today we're going to improve the exhaust system on our Focus by installing the stainless steel catback from Borla. This Borla catback will be a direct replacement for the factory catback on your Focus RS and retains the active exhaust feature. It's made of 3-inch 304 stainless steel with mandrel bends through a Borla S-Type muffler, fitting a set of 4-inch chrome tips. Again, this is a direct replacement, although you will have to cut your factory exhaust for removal. For this installation, let a lift or a jack and jack stands, a 3/8 ratchet, 15mm socket, 16mm socket, T15 Torx bit, Sawzall, and safety glasses. We cut the exhaust off of RS for a previous installation, so we're going to show you that footage now so you can get an idea how to take off your factory exhaust, then we'll show you how to install the Borla. To remove the exhaust, the first thing you want to do is remove the actuator for the active system to make sure you don't damage it. You're going to unplug that and then unbolt that and put that aside. Now you can remove the exhaust. To do that, like I said, you do have to cut it. What you want to do is go right here in front of the rear axle, right in this section here. You're going to cut that down the middle. That way we can separate the two pieces and remove the exhaust. The first step in installing our Borla exhaust system is to transfer the actuator over to our tailpipe. What you want to do here is start by taking these supplied clips, pop those on, and then install the actuator. First part of the installation is to install this adapter. This is going to go from the factory clamp and the factory downpipe and then connect to our Borla. And now we'll get the clamp in place. I'm just going to snug it down for now. We'll tighten it later. Now grab the front muffler assembly, slide a clamp over the front here. Put it over the adapter and then up into the factory hanger. Again, just snug up the clamp so it doesn't move around. Don't tighten it down yet. Next, we're going to grab our mid pipe. Again, put a clamp on it first. I'm going to slide that over the front muffler assembly. Again, just let it sit in place for now. Snug up the clamp. All right, now we're going over the axle. Again, as usual, put the clamp on first. It's easier to fish it through from the front to the back, and you do have to put it up in the hanger as well. This part's a little tricky. What we're going to do here is put the hangers actually on the Borla, then put the assembly up into place. We have to connect to our over axle pipe and then sort of swing this up and connect to the hangers. And the last part of the assembly process, put a clamp over the tailpipe, line it up, and we're going to lift it up into place and tighten it down. Now at this point, we're going to reconnect the actuator. And I should mention this does retain the actuator, so it does remain active as far as the car is concerned, but the Borla does not have a flap in it. It's going to be open all the time. Now we're going to make sure everything's lined up where we want it, go back through and tighten all of our clamps. And your installation's finished. All right, it's all hooked up. Let's see how it sounds. Definitely a much louder, more aggressive tone than the old system. Tell you already, the Borla sounds more like I expected the RS to sound. I mean, it's a louder sound, it's a little deeper inside the car, it's more aggressive. I mean, yeah, it has that 4-cylinder turbo sound, but it's going to. I mean, that's what the car is. But it sounds good. I mean, it has a healthy it has a nice healthy turbo sound to it, but it's not overly loud, which is nice. Like I mentioned, it does lose the active feature, but for the most part, to me, I don't see that being a problem. It's like just like in the Shelby, with the Focus, 99% of the time you're going to drive with the exhaust in the louder setting anyway. And it's not overly loud. And you know, cruising speed, put it in 6th, you know, or 2,000 RPM, where you would have drone if you had it. No drone at all. Sounds nice. Sounds, you know, you barely even notice it's back there. You could have a conversation, no problems at all. You know, downshifting it on it. And it sounds good, and you get that occasional pop out of it too, which is nice. If you have an RS and you're looking for a nice, you know, much more aggressive sound than the factory exhaust, and get rid of that annoying speaker sound, now the Borla is definitely an excellent choice. I mean, anybody who watches these videos knows I've always been a fan of the Borla S-Type on the Mustangs, and I gotta admit, I like it on the Focus RS as well. Like I mentioned before, it's no secret I'm a fan of the Borla S-Type on the Mustang, and I love the way it sounds on the RS as well. It's got a nice aggressive tone of wide open throttle, got some nice crackling going on, but normal driving, it's very tame and very livable. The installation went very smoothly, it's very easy to do, the fitment's no problem at all. Even with the cutting, you're talking about less than 2 hours, be back on the road in no time.